What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate. Reverse rants, no hate. Look, talking about Tyson Fury. We seen what happened with him and Deontay Wilder. He did what he had to do. Came forward, boxed, but coming forward like he said he was going to do. And a lot of times, most of the time, pretty much, the conversation is mostly about how bad Wilder looked, how bad he beat Wilder, which is a fact. But there were some things that people wasn't pointing out. And I saw in Tyson Fury, he was doing several things wrong. But Wilder's inability to make him pay for it, I don't know if that's why he continued to do it or why he started doing it in the first place. But I will say, Tyson Fury is not swift on his feet. He can, because of his height and his leg span, the width of his leg span, he can get back kind of quick to get out the way of a shot. He turns his head a lot. And I believe that when he was coming forward, he was doing things like this to make my point clear. Fury would throw his jab out at times, and he would use it as leverage to trap Wilder, because Wilder's light in the ass, man. Wilder's all upper body, and even his upper body looks thin because he's 6'7", and even at 231, he still looks skinny. And he was basically right arm down, left arm out, all of this open, and Wilder, no movement, no make him pay, slip underneath, nothing. He was just standing there like this, okay? Even trying to block punches doing this, like I said in the previous video. And at some point you look at him and I'm watching, I'm like, damn, he just has no respect for what Wilder's doing. But I'm watching him. Fury would square up several times. Both feet parallel to each other, and he's a couple of times I've seen him do that. And he'll throw the jab. It's not really a jab because this hand's not in front of you anymore. Okay, his lead hand is now here. And he's, a couple of times. Forward, hand down here. Arm up. And Wilder wouldn't make him pay. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking, you know what, it don't seem like it's just a Wilder thing. It's like he's not as swift on his feet. Because when you cut a ring off and you're in front of the person, you want to get at an angle where you can, fire shots. And even if you make that mistake of squaring up, the way he was doing it, he had his hands down. He's not as agile. If you watch him against Vladimir Klitschko, there's times he was on his toes. He was actually moving, and he was, getting, moving around the ring on his toes, showing some spring in his legs. He doesn't have that anymore, man. He's completely flat-foot. He is completely flat-foot, man. At 273, I don't think he intended on moving around a lot. But I don't think it's just the weight. I think he can't. I don't know if it looked like it's his knees. And other fighters are going to study that, and they're going to watch that. And I don't think that it was a situation, like I said, was just, he wasn't worried about Wilder, obviously. But he's doing these things over and over in that fight, and I'm watching when he's moving. Wilder made it easy because Wilder kept just going back to the ropes. Wilder wasn't making him move. And Wilder was popping the jab out, just being elusive, making him come, giving him something to worry about. Because what he was doing, he's throwing the jab, he would shoot the jab. Then he would shoot it and throw it out once Wilder back with the ropes, and he would use the other hand to throw that sledgehammer type punch. But he's wide open. I mean, he's there to be hit in the body or the head. Either side, take your pick. He's there to be hit. And Wilder was not making him pay, man. And this is not just something that I feel like just happened. It's like this is what certain weaknesses he's showing. If he can't, he's trying to trap you, so he's throwing it out. You know what I'm saying? And then and Wilder's going backwards in a straight line. Instead of he's not going back out, slide to the side, step nothing. He just went straight back, and it's like, okay. So he has no answers for nothing I'm doing. And he just got more careless. But it's the fact that he was punishing Wilder. People wasn't focusing on the mistakes he was making. Now, you go back and watch that fight, you would see exactly what I'm saying. He squared up several times. Several times he would throw the jab, and he would just throw it out there just to hold Wilder, try to catch him against the ropes. And like I said, he's leaning forward. nothing. Nothing to protect him, hands down. And Wilder's giving him nothing. And when you are on the defensive and you're trying to block punches with your forearms and you're leaning back and just, he had nothing to worry about. But other fighters are going to watch. Now, Wilder himself, if he's watching that fight and he's realizing, damn, I was doing nothing to give Fury anything to worry about. I was just going straight back and I made it easy for him. If he can correct those things, okay? Because he has a lot of work to do. But if he can correct those things, man, look. Fury did what he said he was going to do. But you gave him nothing to fear. You gave him nothing to be cautious about. He ate the right hand twice, and I think that played a part on Wilder. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I see somebody like Dillian Whyte, somebody like Daniel Dubois, and AJ. I feel like AJ will beat him. Okay, I feel like AJ will beat him. And I know as far as Daniel Dubois, people are going, oh, Dubois got more work to do. Dubois got to prove this and this. Let me tell you something, man. People study champions far more than champions study opponents. And Dillian Whyte, I don't think he's going to stand there if he was to fight Fury. I don't think Dillian Whyte is going to stand there and go back the way Wilder. I mean, I can't even say. I know that's not his style. He's going to slip and move, give head movement. He's going to bring that heat. He's gonna make whatever Fury's bringing to him. He's going to bring to Fury, and I think Fury's going to try to use that jab more. Now, if Fury, in general, just because he's bigger, is going to try to fight that way, that's not going to work with everybody. Like I said, Wilder's light in the ass. He's skinny. Wilder has power in that right hand, but Wilder doesn't have that ability to try to push his weight around and muscle you back. He doesn't do that shit. Holyfield was a lot smaller than Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis and guys like that, but Holyfield would throw his shots and get in, and he would try to like move these guys around. And Wilder doesn't do that at all. Wilder does not he doesn't put his weight on you at all. He just basically throws punches and try to stay out of harm's way and use his length of his arms to like keep distance between the two of you. And he'll shoot the jab here and there, shoot the jab to the body, but he doesn't follow up with anything. And Daniel Dubois, guys that's hungry, that's coming up. Dillian Whyte should still be hungry and should be pissed off because of the way he's being treated, with them not really respecting his, honoring his mandatory status, man. His number, being mandatory. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, man, somebody's going to see that. And they're going to realize it wasn't just the Wilder fight. I think this is part of just the way Fury's going to fight. Now, maybe Fury can correct that. Who knows? But I think he has bad knees, Fury. I think his knees are shot, man. Because even when you're coming forward, yeah, you leaning forward, you're getting your weight behind your shots. But he was shooting his jab out. He was, pow, pow. He was putting the jab out, and he would throw the jab in the right hand. But if you notice, a lot of times, he throws it and he gets so close that he loops the shot. And he reached a whole lot. There's times where he would throw the shot and then he's leaning and he's throwing, his arm is fully extended out. This hand, his jab hand is down. And Wilder just wouldn't make him pay. So, yeah, just some things, man, that I wanted to point out that whether you guys seen it or not, I don't know. But you watch that fight, you will see exactly what I'm saying. And if Wilder can fix those things that he basically let Fury get away with, if you got to be sharp, you got to be there, man. You got to be on point for it, because if Fury's weight is going to be a problem for Wilder, because I don't think being 231 even helped Wilder at all. So stylistically, Fury's going to always be a problem with him, man, because he's so big and tall, and Wilder's tall, but he's skinny, man. He's light in the ass, and he don't have that ability to muscle you back and fight back that way. He basically tries to keep out of harm's way, like I said, and land his shots. But anyway, man, that's all I'm going to say in this video. I will catch y'all on the next one.